Well, welcome, everyone. This is Grandmaster Jesse Bowen, and I am the president of Elite Publications. And we've just released a brand new book about a week ago. Last week, it hit Amazon Bestseller Week. I'm here to celebrate, and I don't think I've shared with our guests today and our co-authors that the book has actually hit international bestseller in Canada, international bestseller in the UK, and so we're really excited about that, and it's happened because of the book and the type of book it is. It is not a biography book, but it's more of a philosophy book, and it's Elite Martial Artists in America: The Secrets to Life, Leadership, and Business. So it's not just a martial arts book, and that's the uniqueness of it. It is a philosophy book that has 29 martial arts masters and grandmasters sharing their secrets. And this is what makes this book super powerful. And today we have three of the co-authors on, and I'm going to bring everybody up on the screen. Hey guys, how you doing? You can go ahead and unmute if you want.
Doing great.
Good. Congratulations. And, Reverend Collins, you can unmute there. There you go. So we're good for a few minutes. I'm going to bring everybody back on. But I just wanted the world and everyone to know the great authors that have actually shared and a part of this project that we've done. This is actually book number 2. And Kevin, you were actually in book number 1, right?
That's correct. Yep. Yes, I
and
did.
You're back in, and I know that you've done a great job. I know you've been in several of our books, but we just want to share with everyone, the process and what this book is about. Again, the book is now a bestseller in the U.S. and it's bestseller international, and it's all due to your story. And I've had comments of people saying, well, when we picked the book up and we're reading this book, it's totally unbelievable. It's a motivational book. It's a philosophy book. And again, you guys did such a great job. And it may be your first time writing, but it just shows you how much potential that you actually have. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring each of you up and give you an opportunity to share your personal information and talk about your chapter. So everyone, remember, the book has 29 co-authors, and some of the names that you are probably familiar with, Grandmaster Ron Van Cleef, Art Camacho, and a list of other people that we see every day that's already made marks. They've been in martial arts for 50 years more, but they're very successful and they're sharing their success. So I guess we're going to start with Kevin, and we're going to have you up, and everybody else, I'm going to drop you off here, and then there's Kevin and I are going to be on. Great. So Kevin, welcome again to being a part of the second book, and as a 2-time best-selling author with me, and I think, am I correct? Do you already have a publication out, a book or something out you've already done?
Yes. Yeah. I was part of the first book. It's been an honor, honestly. Everything about the books have been incredible to read, not only with what we're doing with our books, but just meeting the people within the books, the authors within the book. It's been really cool to get to know those guys and hear their stories and let them share kind of their insights. So it's been really fantastic. I truly have been blessed to be part of this.
Well, again, we thank you. So let's start off with my first question. So give everyone your name and where you're located. I know you're your martial arts. You have a school program. So give us that information first.
You bet. I'm Kevin Hooker. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. My school is called the Elite Academy of Martial Arts. We've got 2 programs within our school. We've got our Kempo Karate, which I teach and run. And we also have a jiu-jitsu program, which I picked up about 15 years ago, started training. So we do have a jiu-jitsu program as well as our Kempo Karate. So it's been a blessing. It's been an incredible blessing for sure.
Well, and this is what we really want to share is that, you are, a successful business person. And remember, business is business. You may teach martial arts or you may run a construction company. At the end of the day, business is business, and it all has the same structure depending on what you're doing, but you've been able to build a successful program. So how has the book affected your program? Are your students excited about it? You find that, when people come in and they discover you're an author, do you feel that the book has influenced your business?
Yeah, it has. It's humbling. I don't write to, I write to share my story, and I write to hopefully inspire others. So when they come to me and say, "Oh, you're an author. This is so cool." It's very humbling. That's something new that I'm experiencing. So I'm not quite used to that part of it yet, but I do enjoy sharing that. We've been training and teaching for the last almost 30 years. And I feel like teaching life lessons is truly what this calling for me has been about. It didn't start like that. It started with me being very competitive, and it was kind of my journey. And then along the way, as I started becoming a teacher and instructor, my why changed. So I started teaching, and it became about life lessons. So teaching life lessons, and I hope to share some of that within the book. And that's the cool thing about this book is there's so much information from different people all over the United States, all over the world, truly. But sharing their story and sharing true nuggets of life experiences, but things that make you a better person and better for your community. So that's been truly the blessing, and being part of this book has absolutely helped me grow with that.
Well, and this is where it's important because, when we think about leading, and parents and students, when they come to you, they have their own personal goals. And when you have information that they can touch, feel, and see, that inspires them, because I know I was inspired by, Chuck Norris. The first book I read was, the first magazine I ever received, it was Chuck Norris Picture. And as I read his story, I knew at that moment I wanted to be a karate champion. And that was day one. That wasn't 6 months later. I didn't know anything about the martial arts. And I saw a picture of Chuck Norris holding a trophy. But I knew at that moment, because Chuck Norris is, in the community. We saw his movies. But that person, they inspired me. And just like with your story and the story of the authors, that's what we want to do. We want to inspire people. And I know that as martial artists, we don't want to talk about ourselves. So this book is not about talking about yourself. It's about sharing an experience that you grew from. Absolutely. So the secrets of life, that's pretty large. And I'm 70. So what have I learned in the past 70 years that I know I shouldn't do? And if you're going down that road, don't do that. Or, in leadership, in running a martial arts program, that's what it's about. How do I motivate people to become black belts? Because if you're not turning out black belts, then your leadership, you need to look at your leadership, not whether or not they're staying in your program, what's motivating them. And this is what the book, a lot of the authors shared in the leadership part. And then the business part is understand that lesson that, just like with you, what made that big difference in my martial arts program. So tell us a little bit about your chapter.
Sure. I'm chapter 6 in the book. I created a chapter under success and about a journey to success. And I really hope that what people get out of my chapter is that success is a journey. It doesn't end. It's not a destination. And while you're on this journey, it's imperative to be disciplined and have the tenacity to never give up. So basically what I hope people get out of my chapter is just understanding that this journey is something that every person, as they're going and learning to become successful, it comes in multiple stages. And sometimes as you're working through your journey, you have to recognize that other people have been there and you are also potentially a leader for people. So you have to mind your P's and Q's. You have to, lead by example. So I hope that's what they get out of my chapter.
And that's really important, is leading by example, because as martial arts instructors or as leaders, we see every day the failure of leadership. But as leaders, is being able to set an example. Number one, we're martial artists, so we should have that discipline. The things we say, the things that we do, and these things are really very crucial in that, in doing that. So if you had to give, you had a choice when we started this project. And again, this is the second level of this process. And that process, you had a choice to say, I'm going to be in the book. And everyone, you can go to Amazon, pick up a copy. Remember, the book is Elite Martial Artists in America, Volume 2. And we have Volume 1, which was great. And we're right now preparing for Volume 3. And Volume 3 is going to be totally different. The title and the information is going to be the same, but we're opening the book up to the world, because we've been focusing here, Elite Martial Artists in America. Now, we've had so many requests. We're going to open it up. So this next title of this next book coming out in 2025 is Elite Martial Artists Worldwide. So if you're interested in being a co-author in this book, then let us know, because we have ways of not just being in the book, but helping to monetize. Again, our authors are not just authors. They're now international best-selling co-authors. So it's a lot to gain, from that. But you had that choice to make a decision to do it. And we know that in leadership, it's about action, acting on a decision, because my goal is to make sure that the decision that you made to be a part of this book, to be a part of Elite Publications, is one that, that you appreciate, because we really try to make sure that it's not being in it, but it's how many ways we can help you transform that. So how do you feel about that decision? Are you excited about that decision to be a part?
Absolutely, 100%. I thoroughly enjoy being part of this organization and have the blessings to be able to do it. So absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, as always, that I appreciate you, and we're always here for you. So we're going to bring everybody back on in a moment. So let's bring up Todd. Hey, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, welcome, and congratulations as being an international best-selling co-author. So are you excited?
Super excited. I want to thank you for all you're doing. I really appreciate it. When I first met you, I'm like, wow, this guy is so enthusiastic. I want to be like him. And how does he get sleep at night? I was amazed that, you're now a new sensei of mine. So thank you for all you're doing for all of us smaller guys out here.
Well, we go back to the book, about leadership. It's just knowledge. So what do you do with the knowledge? If I have information that I can help make you better, then I should be able to share that information, because it's just knowledge. And, my whole thing, as a leader, is how do I help people to find better ways of being communicators? How do I find better ways that I can find the personal success that I'm looking for? And fortunately, 10 years ago, we published the first book, Who's Who in the Martial Arts. And it really opened the doorway for us to be here today to share this information with you. And I'm hoping that you learn a lot from what we're doing, so that you can pass this information along. So it's not information to be kept, and that's what the book is about. So tell everyone about you, your name, your school. And by the way, thank you for sending that video in this past week. I really did love the testimony. In fact, I'd done a video myself, and I looked at yours. I'm going, no, we're not going to run mine. We're going to run his video. His video is better than mine. So congrats on that. That was a great job. So give everyone some background on you, please.
Well, Jesse, my name's Todd Norcross, and I'm originally from Massachusetts, and now I live in Mason, Ohio, which is by Kings Island near Cincinnati. I always wanted to be a ninja, and when I was 10, I found Stephen Hayes, who's my instructor, who you know, Anshu Hayes, and I moved out here from Massachusetts 25 years ago and started a dojo. So we've been at this location for 17 years now, and I'm learning stuff every single day. I don't think you ever stop being a student. I was at Mr. Hayes' house last week training with him at his house dojo, and he's 74 and I'm 54, and I just find that you never stop being a student of your teacher. And that's part of what my chapter was about, was this never-ending circle of lineage of student to teacher, and how important it is for all of us to pass on this knowledge to the next generation so that these martial arts that we study never die.
Wow, that's great. And as you said, with Grandmaster Hayes, who is a phenomenal person.
Yeah.
Actually, my teacher actually trained under him also. So so we're sort of like we're cousins. Lineage. Lineage. Who are the people that have affected your training, your life? So this is what the book is about: is to be able to share those things that you're learning from great instructors such as Grandmaster Stephen Hayes, the things you're learning. So tell us about your chapter.
Well, I have the honor of writing about chapter 11, which is it's called The Triple Secret, which we've all heard before. It's called thinking something, saying it, and then doing it. It's all about following through. And I think everyone here shares the same thing. In order to become successful, you have to find people who are successful and copy what they do, such as yourself. So it's about finding purpose as one of the parts in the chapter. It's about not giving up. It's about running toward responsibility rather than away from it. Surrounding yourself with good, positive people that will lift you up rather than trash talk you and take you down. It's remembering how short life is, and the fact that I mentioned before that we all need teachers and mentors because we make mistakes every single day. I'm so happy of all the people I've read in the book, because now I have a bunch of new friends, and I'm more excited to read their chapters than your own, because with your own, you see mistakes and things you would have rewritten. But all these new people in my life, I'm like, wow, every day I read a new chapter, and I'm learning so much about this wonderful community that we have here.
Well, and that's what we really wanted to create, was not as a separation of martial artists and the different styles, because we all have the same focus. Is number one is to develop the inner discipline. And when you have people that have become masters and grandmasters, these are the things that are expected. So if a parent picks up your book and picks up the book and they're reading your chapter, that's a powerful experience, because they can gain something from that. And that opens the door. You guys and ladies are in the book as authors, but it opens the door up to your parents who maybe they didn't think about studying the martial arts. We have a lot of kids that get involved in martial arts, but this book opens the door up for a lot of parents to want to know what you know and your discovery. It opens up the opportunity for business opportunities for you now to coach these principles. So that's one of the things that I do. I'm a corporate educator for Duke Corporate Education, which is a part of Duke University. And I work with companies like Nike, Raytheon, American Express. But that's what I do. The principles that I use every day in my martial arts, I now separate those things and teach it to corporate people. They don't really want to know about self-defense, but what is a black belt attitude? What are those things? How do I define determination? So those are the attributes from what we do. and our masters and grandmasters in the elite martial artists in America. This is what they have displayed. And everyone, remember, you can go to Amazon, you can order your copy. We got a couple more days that we're doing our Kindle. So you can order the Kindle. It's in a soft copy and a hard cover. In the next few weeks, it's going to be coming out as an audio book. So there's many ways that you can really take a chapter and discover something from one person, and how would this make a difference in your life and be a change. So that final question, so now a little testimonial about the book. You had a choice. You had a choice to be in it, and thank you for following us, and thank you for the things you've participated with us before. How do you feel about your decision to be a part of this project?
Well, I think it's like with anything in life, if an opportunity presents itself, rather than run from it, run toward it. I'd rather try and fail than never to do and regret later. So writing a small chapter that will go out to people, hopefully the young ones that will read this and get off the internet and pick up a physical book and read it, or a PDF. This is what it's about. I find that I just want to thank you again, because this opportunity to put a few words out there to the universe that, hey, we've been doing this stuff, all my colleagues here, for 40, 50 years. We're getting old, and it's time to pass the baton to the young generation. And they're going to need tools like this that they can refer back to when we're long gone, to remind themselves that, look, we all need that lineage. I think the most important thing is knowing that you're part of a lineage, keeping it alive, and meeting new people from all different martial arts. It doesn't matter what it is, but we're all brothers and sisters in trying to make the world a better place through the study of martial arts. That's why we're here. There's enough negativity in the world. We, as martial artists, teach people how to get back up when you're knocked down. The old Rocky thing. That's exactly what we're doing. We've been doing it since we were kids, and now it's time to give it to the next generation. They are worth it.
Well, again, we thank you. And again, to see how your message and your chapter, they come together. So your daily message that you're using, in building your school, and you're right, associate yourself with successful people. And again, I personally know your teacher. And again, the foundation of the teacher and the student, you can see the reflection between those two. Again, I really do appreciate your support and being a part of it. And congratulations for making that international best-selling co-author platform. So let's keep working. Let's keep spreading the word. Let's make the world a better place.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks for all you do.
Well, I appreciate you. So I guess we'll bring up Reverend Collins now.
Yes, sir.
Hey, sir. How are you doing?
Doing great. Doing great.
Well, again, congratulations to you for being a part of our project. And let's tell everyone a little bit about you. Where are you from? And we'll start there.
Okay. I'm from Bedford, Ohio. It's a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. I began studying the martial arts when I was 12 years old. So that's about 50 years ago. I actually started studying because I was getting bullied in elementary school. And I was lucky enough to have a teacher that was more like Miyagi than Cobra Kai. Because my intentions were to get revenge on all my bullies. And my first instructor told me that's not what you do. You only use it when you have no other option available to you. So I'm very thankful for that. This opportunity, I missed the first volume because I was sick. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity to participate in this project. I've been a writer before, and for some reason I stopped writing. And this has inspired me to start writing again. I currently teach at a charter school in Cleveland. I teach martial arts 5 days a week, 9 classes a day from kindergarten through 8th grade.
Wow.
So I don't have a dojo personally, but hopefully soon I'll be able to open up my own school.
Well, if you're teaching that many classes, sir, you may not have a time for a dojo. But again, I commend you. As you said, 50 years of experience, and then you have the uniqueness to get your martial arts program, into a school environment where this generation needs you. I have another friend who's an author. He's doing very similar for that, doing the same thing for his school. But that's what we have to do, is to
Yes, sir.
take the martial arts to the place that we can influence people. Like I said, I taught at Duke University for 28 years, and that was a phenomenal experience because you had those young people that are going off to life and having something, a foundation such as the martial arts, really was great. So tell us a little bit about your chapter.
I'm chapter 2, and the title is Don't Quit. Life can sometimes knock you down, and you will have challenges, you will have obstacles, trials, and tribulations. But life's about choices. And many times those trials, tribulations, the hills, valleys, those are crossroads, and you have a choice to make. And for me, when I was a child, my father always told me when I would think about giving up or I got discouraged, he would say, a quitter never wins, but a winner never quits. So even to this day, I hear that voice in my ear when I get discouraged with whatever I'm doing and I feel like quitting or feel like giving up. And I'm like, my dad never quit. He didn't give up, and he had it rougher than I did. My grandfather had it rougher than he did. I would be insulting my legacy of my family if I quit. Not saying it's easy, but you have to overcome that fear. Step out on faith. Take a chance.
Wow, that's powerful. And, starting in the martial arts myself, I had the same thing that I wanted to do. I was picked on growing up, and I wanted to learn karate so I could get revenge, but had a great teacher that martial arts was more about learning to discover myself.
Yes.
So martial arts is about self-discovery.
Yes.
It's one of the first goal-setting systems that anyone experiences, especially, from coming from a non-martial arts background. We talk about goals, but the belt achievement system is really goal setting.
Yes.
So if you can set your goal to, number one, to come in and get your white belt, then one day your goal is now to get your black belt, and then go on to become sensei, go on to become master. But, that takes a lot of determination because you're going to have some tough roads that you have to follow. Yes. And I think that, your chapter is perfect for anyone that's going through and they want to quit. One of my favorite songs is called God's Grace, and by Luther Barnes. And I love this song because, at 71, 50 years in the martial arts, it's about, I could have quit and I would have had a totally different outcome.
Yes.
I would not be here today, but because of the dedication and of my teacher to me, and my dedication to my teacher, and understanding that every day I'm discovering myself. That is very powerful. And I really do love your chapter. There's something there for everyone. It's not about karate, but it's about the principles that you've learned in life through your martial arts, through your upbringing, having great parents.
Yes.
A lot of times parents if they don't know about goal setting and teaching their kids, no, you don't quit. No matter the outcome, you don't have to be number one, but whatever you start, you have to finish.
Yes. Yes, definitely. You're talking about your favorite song. And I said, I had a life-changing experience. I received a kidney transplant last October.
Oh.
So my theme song right now is I'm a living testimony.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been dead and gone.
Well, that's why, you know, this opportunity, you know, your legacy, you know, a chapter of your legacy is now published in this book. You know, the Library of Congress, it's in the bookstores. So your legacy lives on through this book. So it's where you can share it with your students, share it with your friends. And again, I love that you're thinking about now to continue to write. That has been a Kickstarter for you. You know, why did I stop writing? You know, I you know, so this is a Kickstarter. And again, you know, we're here to Elite Publications. We're here to help you. So let's share a little bit just about, you know, the experience that I'm doing this experience thing, not to just toot the horn about Elite Publications, but to share so I can know that the next group of authors that come up, how I can share and how I can be better as a mentor in publishing, better as an author myself. So share your experience. What did you feel your experience was in doing your participating in this program?
Honestly, it was very eye-opening. My previous writing, I wrote a column for the local newspaper entitled Developing Self-Protection Skills. And that it wasn't really a lot about martial arts. It was more about being awareness. Wrote articles for American Society of Law Enforcement Trainers. That was different than this in the sense that I was taken through a process. Okay, before I didn't really have a process. I just did it. But understanding the process in how to publish a book and the behind the scenes workings, let's say, that goes into doing this. It gave me a format, which I'm a very structured person. So I really enjoyed that. And again, like I said, it has inspired me to get back into writing. So now it's like, I got a micro recorder. So, you know, my thoughts come to me, I'm, you know, jotting them down, or if I got a notepad, I'm writing stuff down. And I'm interested in writing again. I'm excited about it. That's what this has done for me. It's pumped me up, and it's kind of surprising because I'm really an introvert, but I'm really excited about this. And what is it? I ordered, I think, 20 books the first time, and I sold out of those. So I ordered 30 this time, and I got like 3 books left. I'm like, I got to do another order.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's what we're talking about. That excitement of sharing something and letting people be excited about, you know, the information you're sharing. And, you know, teaching in the school system, that is a perfect place for people to discover you and your value, and those other doors open. So again, we thank you and we appreciate you. So, Jess, we're going to bring everyone else back up as we're closing out.
Awesome.
And, you know, I just want to say thank you for coming on today and sharing your experience. You know, I try to work very hard. I don't want to do a job. I want to do the best job. And having, you know, you guys and the ladies, we have ladies in the book, to be a part of the book was a grand experience for us, and we want to say thank you for entrusting us to publish your story, edit your story, market your story, and help you guys to now. So go to your bios today and add in your bios that you guys have now reached that level of being international best-selling co-authors in a compilation book. You know, let people know about it. Have it on your desk when students come into your school. Give them a copy, and that's one of the best things you can do. Is every person that comes in, put it in their intro package, because again, some of your best students, especially if you have a lot of kids in your program, some of your best students are sitting in chairs, and that's the parents. You know, so give them a copy of the book. throw them a karate, throw them a uniform, say, come on to the floor, work out with me today. You know, you remember, did you read my chapter in the book? You know, Reverend Collins has a chapter in there about don't quit, don't give up. This is a great book. So, you know, remember, so give them a copy and inspire people to step out on the mat, to try the martial arts for themselves, be able to share your message. But no, that's why we wrote this book, is that we can get people to read it. And as martial arts instructors, you know, so think about that. That's another way to influence your students and influence your community, is give them a copy of the book. You know, just give it, because number one, when they become your students, that is life changing. And remember, when a student comes in, you know, and if you're a good leader, it's not for 6 weeks, it's not for 6 months, it may be for 6 years, 12 years, it may be for a lifetime with you as sensei, leading and directing them. So again, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. And everyone, again, my name is Jesse Bowen. We're with Elite Publications, and you can go to our website, and that is www.elitepublications.org. You can go to Elite Publications, and we have a messenger there or contact. Let us know if you'd like to be a part of the 2025 book, and that book is going to be titled Elite Martial Artists Worldwide. So we're not going to just keep this in the U.S. and America. We want to know what martial artists are thinking around the world. So if you have an interest in being a part of our next book, then, you know, click the link. You know, I give our co-authors, I give them first rights if they'd like to be in the second book. But then, like I said, I open this up to anyone else that's in there. There is limited opportunities. Generally, this book had 29 authors. We will probably be going with 30 authors in our next book. So let us know, or if you got a book project, let us know. Remember, go to Amazon, get a copy, please. Leave a review. I'm confident in saying that because this is a great book. It's written very well. And I know if you pick it up and you begin to read the stories in there, you're going to love it. Remember, the next 30 days, we're going to have the audio book out so you can keep it in your car, on your cell phone, and become impaired, you know, with this training that makes you, you know, really want to become super successful. Everyone, this is Grandmaster Jesse Bowen. Be blessed.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Peace. Peace.